instructional video will guide you through the functionality of the Regional Student Data Dashboard. This video is broken into 5 chapters: the home page, Student Snapshot, the Academics tab, Attendance tab, and Discipline tab. If you want to learn more about how a specific dashboard page works, skip in the video to the portion that meets your needs. Now, let's dive in. If you are watching this video, you have found the tutorial video designed to provide users insight into the functionality and features of this data dashboard. Access to this video is available on all dashboard pages. Just look for the video icon. So now, let's talk about how to get into the student data within this dashboard. First, you must select your school district from the drop-down menu. Use the caret on the right to access the list of districts you have access to, and then select the radio button next to the desired school district to make a choice. Now, let's select a student in the student search area of the home page. There are 2 ways to select a student in the view of the Regional Student Data Dashboard. First, you can use the scroll bar on the right to scroll to the specific student you want to view. Simply scroll to the correct student and select the radio button on the left of their name to make a choice. A second option to find a student's name is to use the search function. Just start typing the student's name into the student search bar, and the list of students will shorten until you narrow the options to the student you are looking for. Just like with the first option, find the student. Next, click the radio button to the left of the student's name to select. Also, please note that student identification numbers have been included in case students share the same name. Once you have selected a single student, click the arrow and you will be taken into the student snapshot for the chosen student. Before we move from the Regional Student Data Dashboard homepage, let me walk you through a few other features of the Data Dashboard page. If you are looking for printable resources connected to this student data dashboard, you will find those by clicking the Instructional Guide button. These printable resources are also linked on all of the dashboard pages within the Regional Student Data Dashboard. Just look for the notebook paper icon. The Regional Student Data Dashboard offers users multiple options for role-based access. Select the person icon at the bottom of the dashboard page to see your viewing rights. There are 6 different roles available to users of this data dashboard. Roles include district level leader, building level leader, classroom teacher, department chair, grade level leader, and guidance counselor or caseload access. Role-based access levels are granted by the school district, not the Regional Information Center. If you have questions about your role level access, please contact your school district. So with that, let's move into the student snapshot. This is the student snapshot page in the Regional Student Data Dashboard. This dashboard page provides a quick overview of important data areas related to the selected student. So let's check out some of the functionalities and features. First, across the top of the Student Snapshot dashboard page, you will find the navigation tabs for different pages. You are on the Student Snapshot page, which is shown in blue. If you want to view a different tab for the selected student, choose one of the gray-colored tabs. You will be taken to a different dashboard page in the Student Data Dashboard. We will discuss the functionality of these other tabs later in this video. To return to the home page and select a new student, click the Home tab at the top right of the screen. Another functionality of this dashboard page is links to additional resources and essential data points about the student. If you select the head icon, the subgroup data for the student will be displayed. The student's primary language will be displayed by selecting the globe icon. If you want to select the video icon, you can watch this tutorial video. If you select the notebook paper icon, you'll be connected to printable instructional resources. Finally, if you select the computer screen, you'll be connected to School Tool as much of the data from this dashboard comes from the student management system. This link provides a quick connection to a deeper dive into student-level data. Now, let's talk through the data displayed in the student snapshot for your selected student. First, the data in this dashboard is sourced from multiple sources, including but not limited to the data warehouse, school tool, and local assessment systems. Also, the majority of the data in this dashboard is refreshed on a nightly basis. It is a great place to jumpstart a data-driven conversation, as this dashboard has some of the most current data available about the student. Basic student information is provided in the top left section of the student snapshot. Use the caret at the right of the year pull-down to select the year of data you want to view for the selected student. You can view 1 year of data at a time. The year bar has a memory function and will stay on the year selected as you move through the different tabs in this data dashboard. A quick tip: remember to change the year to the current school year before selecting the Home Page button to move on to a new student. The student's name, grade level, building, and teacher are listed at the top of the student snapshot page. A couple of notes about this information. The student's name is shown as the same name that is affirmed in School Tool. Also, the teacher will only populate if the student is connected to a homeroom. Now, let's take a look at Larry's demographic data. Remember, as you use the Regional Student Data Dashboard, it is an interactive tool, so many of the images, charts, tables, graphs, and numbers you see have hover-over features. Roll your mouse over the visual to see additional data pop up. For example, the first visual of the school building displays the number of days from July 1st through June 30th that the student has been enrolled in the district. When you roll over the image, the hover-over will tell you exactly how many days and in which school building your selected student has been enrolled. The year the student entered 9th grade cohort is displayed. No data will populate in this square if a student has yet to enter 9th grade. The student's expected grade level is listed. If the grade level is in green, the student might have been accelerated. If it is in red, the student might have been retained. This visual is based on the student's age on December 1st and the current grade level, as research has shown the challenges presented for students who are older than their peers for their current grade level. In this visual, compulsory age status is visualized using the words yes in green and no in red. The programming for this visualization is based on New York State's compulsory age guidance of ages greater than 6 and less than 17, and the current viewing time of the visualization. Additional analysis based on your district's specific guidelines might be necessary. Finally, the student's expected graduation year is provided. This year is calculated 4 years from the entry date into the cohort. Like compulsory age, a deeper analysis might be needed on a student-to-student or district-by-district basis. For example, if the student has disabilities and could be part of a 6-year cohort rather than a 4-year cohort. A quick snapshot of state testing and local assessment data is provided for the selected student in the student snapshot. On the left is a list of state assessments the student took for the selected year, along with the assessment date, level earned, and scale score. Larry only took one New York State assessment in the 21-22 school year. But I could have used an additional sort feature if he had taken more than one exam. When you hover over the table headers, a blue triangle will appear. Click this triangle to change the table sort order. Another neat feature available on both the academic graphs and the bar graph under attendance and the pie chart under discipline is focus mode and copy features. To use focus mode, click on the icon that looks like a square with an arrow inside. It will appear when you scroll over the right top of many visualizations in this data dashboard. A new visual of just the selected table, graph, or chart will appear when you do. You can screenshot this image to save for later use, or use this feature to see the visualization in a larger format without all of the distractions of the other data around it. When you are done looking at the focus mode of the visual, select Back to Report and you will return to the dashboard page. Another exciting function of the dashboard is the option to copy an image with a caption. To try this out, select the double square icon button near the focus mode in the upper right of the data visualization. A new window will appear with the visualization selected and details about the visualization, such as the chosen student and the school year. Click on the green copy button and paste this visual directly into another document. This is an excellent function for presentations like a student or family conference or note-taking during a child study team meeting, MTSS meeting, or RTI meeting. When you are done, click the X in the top right and return to the student data dashboard. The student snapshot also includes iReady and STAR local assessment data if the student has taken one of these assessments during the chosen school year. Use the hover over features to learn the exact assessment, date, and score earned. To explore your selected student's academic data more deeply, check out the Academic tab at the top. We will examine that tab together later in the video. Now, let's take a look at Larry's attendance data. First, a stoplight displays the student's level of absenteeism. Green indicates no current risk of chronic absenteeism, with 0 to 4% of days absent. Yellow indicates a low risk of chronic absenteeism, with a 5 to 9% absentee rate. Red indicates chronically absent, with a 10% of instructional days reported as absent. The specific daily attendance rate for the student is shown next to the stoplight. If you roll over the stoplight, a definition of chronic absenteeism will be provided. The bar graph shows the number of daily absences, early dismissals, and late arrivals the student has accumulated during the selected school year. To thoroughly examine your student's selected attendance data, check out the Attendance tab at the top of the page. Finally, the student snapshot also includes discipline data. If the student selected has not been an offender or the victim of an incident during the selected school year, no data will populate in this portion of the student snapshot. Let's take a closer look at Larry's discipline data. Larry has been a part of one incident. Also, Larry has had one disposition recorded. Use the hover over feature to learn more about the disposition. Remember, it is possible that a student was part of a recorded incident, but no disposition was assigned. Moreover, it is also possible that more than one disposition could be assigned from one single incident. This concludes our review of the student snapshot in the student data dashboard. Now, let's take a look at the Academics tab. This is the Academic Data tab in the Student Data Dashboard. This dashboard page provides additional academic data related to the selected student. Let's discuss the data displayed in the main view of the Academic tab for your selected student. At the bottom of the Academic tab, key thoughts and teacher comments visualizations work together to provide you the information provided to families on report cards about the selected student. On the right is a table of the teacher's comments about the student. The marking period, course name, and comment is listed. You can sort the columns by clicking the small blue triangle near each column header. On the left is a word cloud, generated based on the comments in the teacher comment table on the right. The more frequently a word is used in the comments, the larger the font for that word in the word cloud. Using the word cloud can help you focus on key thoughts that might be important to support the needs of your selected student. In this example, attendance is a more commonly used word in the comments versus a word like joy. I know this is because attendance is in a larger font than joy. By clicking on the word attendance, the comments on the right will filter to just those for the selected term. Now, I can scroll through the teacher comments on the right to learn more about Larry's attendance. The following visualization in the Academics tab lists the marking period, final course grades, and final exam scores as recorded in School Tool for the selected student. Use the hover over to see the grades. Just roll your mouse over the desired marking period and a hover over will populate with the course grades for that marking period if scores were submitted. The same hover over feature also works for the final exam scores and the final course grade images. If you want to sort the data, use the small blue triangle near each column header in the text. The last visualization on this tab actually has two visuals. The first visual shows the success of the selected student on the standards assessed on the New York State exams, such as 3/8 assessments and Regents exams. In this visual, the standard is listed on the left. The percent correct for the student is displayed as a blue bar. In this example, Larry got 100% of the questions connected to standard 10.10C3 correct. Comparison data is also provided. The turquoise colored bar shows how the district's students did on the standard. The vertical green dash shows the students in the BOCES region, and the green square depicts how all of the students in the MORIC region did on this standard. In this example, Larry outperformed the other students in the district, BOCES region, and MORIC region on standard 10.10C3. To get more information about the data in the colored bars, dash, and square, just click on them. When you select the shapes associated with 10.10C3, a hover-over bubble is displayed. This hover-over will display the percentages earned by the student and the comparison groups, as well as the text of the standard selected and the associated assessments. This visual is a two-view visual. To see the second visual related to the student, click the toggle and the view will change. Now you are looking at the teacher subject history for this student. This is a table that lists the teacher, course, enrollment dates, and the location of the classes the student has taken. You can use the scroll bar on the right to see all of the rows in the table. If you want to change the sort order of the table, you can do this by clicking the small blue triangle near each column header. This visual is particularly helpful if you want to know what classes a student has taken or with whom they have taken the class with. For example, what about if in 9th grade, Larry was in an Algebra 1 class with a series of daily substitutes, and now in 10th grade, as his geometry teacher, you are noticing he is struggling with some math skills you thought he should have learned last year. This dashboard can provide you insight into a student's previous course experience and help you to be better informed about Larry. This concludes the detailed exploration of the Academics tab. Let's move on to the Attendance tab. This is the Attendance Data tab in the Student Data Dashboard. This dashboard page provides additional data related to attendance for the selected student. Now, let's discuss the data displayed in the main view of the Attendance tab for your selected student. At the left of the screen, chronic absenteeism data about the selected student is provided. This is a waterfall chart. The top bar tells you how many days the student was enrolled during the selected school year. The bar in the middle displays the student's daily absence count. The bottom bar shows the percentage of absences for the selected student. In this example, Larry has missed 11.6% of instructional days. This is more than 10% of all instructional days, so the bar is colored red. If the student were a low risk of chronic absenteeism, the bar would be yellow. And if the student is at no risk of chronic absenteeism at this time, the bar would be green. Also, if you want more details about chronic absenteeism, use the hover over feature to roll over the eye icon for more information. The following visualization on the Attendance tab displays counts related to instructional modality. A count of the number of days the selected student learned remotely, the number of days the student learned on-site, and the number of days the student learned both on-site and remotely is provided. In this example, during the 22-23 school year, Larry attended for all of the days that he was enrolled on-site, 164 days in total. The final visualization on the Attendance tab is a two-view visualization. The first view displays the absences and tardies by class period. Use the toggle to see the second attendance data view. The second data view in the Attendance tab shows the days of the week and the times of day the students selected arrived late or left early. These two data visualizations can help you gain insight into which courses or times of day students are less likely to attend. With this information, educators can develop a plan to support students with increased attendance. Remember that for student data to populate in these two data visuals, the student must have been absent, arrived late, or left early during the selected school year. Also, If attendance taken is on a student that is not period-based attendance, the period attendance visual will not populate. This concludes our review of the functions and features of the Attendance tab in the Student Data Dashboard. Now, let's take a look at the Discipline tab. This is the Discipline Data tab in the Student Data Dashboard. This dashboard page provides additional data related to behaviors and discipline for the selected student. Now, let's discuss the data displayed in the main view of the Discipline tab for your selected student. If you click on a particular incident, if there's more than one, the Discipline tab will update to highlight just the data related to that selected incident. Also, it is typical for a student not to have any data on this page. The student must have been involved in an incident for data to populate. Now, let's explore Larry's behavior data. Let's start with the dispositions pie chart on the left. This pie chart displays the different dispositions for a selected student. To learn more about the different wedges of the disposition pie, use the hover over feature, and more information about the disposition will be displayed. On the right is a data display about when incidents involving your selected student occurred. The first view shows the day of the week and the time of day. This view is very helpful to learn more about what days or times might be triggering for the student. To view the second data visualization, use the toggle. The second data visualization displays the different types of incidents by month. Similar to the first incidents over time view, the view by month will provide more insight into the times of year that are more behaviorally challenging for the selected student. In this example, Larry's incident took place in May. The final visualization on the Discipline tab is a table that lists many of the associated details of the incident in the rows. The table includes the incident date and time, the day of the week, the location of the incident, who the reporter was, the incident type, and if the student was the victim or the offender. Data in this table can be sorted using the small blue triangle located near each column header. This brings us to the end of the different features available in the Discipline tab. I hope you find the Regional Student Data Dashboard easy to use and valuable in your daily work. If you have any questions or need additional assistance, please contact your Regional Information Center. Happy data diving!